Good morning from Nairobi and welcome to Matters Financial and Geopolitical from a Frontier. I hope the week's going well. Let's move on to political reflections. Nicolas Maduro, the next Gaddafi? Question mark, asks RT. Took me back to October 2011 when I wrote about Gaddafi's body in a freezer and I asked, what's the message? Who's in charge of the messaging? Through the fog of real-time and raw footage, I note a very powerful message, that the essence of that message being, don't F-U-C-K with us, because you will end up dead and a trophy souvenir in a fridge. And I said that same person is probably repeating Muammar's comment, I tell the coward crusaders, I live in a place where you can't get me. I live in the hearts of millions. And asking, really, are you or are you now very dead and in a meat locker? August 2018, I wrote how Trump was relishing his financial warfare strategies, and I was speaking about Maduro in Venezuela being attacked by a remote-controlled drone. We've now moved far beyond that. The US has given Guaido control over some Venezuelan assets, has certified the authority of Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido to control certain assets held by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The Bank of England, of course, did not release $1.2 billion of gold that they're holding on behalf of Venezuela. The certification given on Friday applies to certain property held in accounts belonging to the Venezuelan government or its central bank. This certification will help Venezuela's legitimate government safeguard those assets for the benefit of the Venezuelan people, the State Department spokesman Robert Palladino said. The State Department also issued a travel advisory for Venezuela, raised it to level 4, do not travel. And that takes me back to Hunter S. Thompson, The Edge. There is no honest way to explain it, because the only people who really know where it is are the ones who have gone over. 8th of May 2017, I was talking about Maduro's Venezuela being at a breaking point, but you know the nature of breaking points. They can be breaking for a very, very long time. Let's move on. George Soros issued a very stark warning on China at the World Economic Forum. He warned the world about an unprecedented danger that's threatening the very survival of open societies, and to call attention to the mortal danger facing open societies from the instruments of control that machine learning and artificial intelligence can put in the hands of repressive regimes. One such thing was the Chinese government's use of all the rapidly expanding information available about a person, consolidated in a centralized database to create a social credit system. Based on that data, people will be evaluated by algorithms that will determine whether they pose a threat to the one-party state. People will then be treated accordingly, he said. More precisely, in his view, if it became operational, it would give Xi total control over the people. That's why he found the system frightening and abhorrent. I've written about this several times. The last time I wrote about it was in March 2018, when I just said China has unveiled a digital panopticon in Xinjiang, and I said that is the laboratory experiment which will be rolled out into the rest of China. Dissent is measured and snuffed out very quickly in China. China has unveiled a digital panopticon in Xinjiang, where a combination of data from video surveillance, face and license plate recognition, mobile device locations, and official records to identify targets for detention. Xinjiang, I said, is surely a precursor for how the CCCP will manage dissent. The actions in Xinjiang are part of the regional authorities' ongoing Strike Hard campaign and of President Xi's stability maintenance and enduring peace drive in the region. So I think Soros is spot on. I've been speaking about it before. This picture, though, from Christiana Farias, have a look. It's just hilarious, and he is indeed a hilarious individual.